A loan of $370,000 amortized over 30 years, 7.3% compounded monthly. So these yellow cells will be our input, and the original principal is the $370,000. 30 years, annual rate 7.3, and notice that it's formatted as a percent already, and the payments per year, that's like the compoundings per year. Monthly payments means 12 per year. Calculate the payment amount for the loan, and then reference the cells containing the loan information. So my educator is going to look to make sure that you're using these input cells. So I need payment of rate is the annual rate, but then you have to divide it by 12. And since I have to reference the cells, that calculation will have to happen within the formula itself. Number of periods is 12 times, and then reference the cell for 30. Future value, they do. Present value. Present value 370. Future value 0. Ignore the type or put in a 0. That's the payment, except the payment amount should return a positive number. So let me go back in, and I'm going to take the formula and just do -1 times it. So the payment will bring me back a negative, then I times it by a -1. Now it's positive. Interest rate per period is 7.3% divided by 12. Reference the cells containing the formula. Done. Use the fill feature, enter the payment number from 1 to 360. So you can either go 1, 2, and then you can drag it down and fill it. Or your other option is you can do a sequence function, and rows is the first option. That's what I want, 360 rows. And then that will take me from 1 to 360. Reference the previous ending balance. So the end balance is picking up this 370. So my beginning balance should reference the end balance from the previous row. So I'm kind of making a default, like almost a payment 0 up there. And then I'm going to copy it down. And for payment 5, it's going to get the ending balance from payment 4. Those will all be zeros because I don't have anything in here yet. Calculate the interest owed. Write the formula so it can be reusable for the rest of the payments. So in cell G6, interest that I owe is whatever my beginning balance is multiplied by whatever the interest rate per period is, and you're going to want to lock that reference so that it doesn't travel. I want the blue one to be able to slide down the rows, but the red one has to stay locked. I can copy that down. And again, my payments are 0 because I don't have the other information in for the rest of these. Reference the payment, set the payment made equal to this, and lock it. The principal write down is my payment amount less whatever the interest was. And both of those can slide down the row, that's fine. And then my ending balance will be equal to my beginning balance for that row. Take off whatever the principal was for that row. Don't lock either one. I want both of them to slide down the rows. And then I can copy all those down. And when these values fill in, notice that the zeros are now not 0 anymore. Use a function in cell C11. Calculate the total interest paid during the first 15 years of payments. So I'll do a sum of, I want to go to my interest column, go down to 180 payments. Right there. Calculate the total interest paid over the life of the loan. This would be the sum of, I want to do this entire column. all 360 payments. So from G6 to G365. And then the total payments over 30 years will be equal to, I'm going to make 30 times 12, so 360 payments times that payment amount. Copy the data in cells E6 to L6. Oh, copy from E6 to J365. So let me go E6 to J and then down to 365. Control C, copy. Come to row L and paste it in. So because of the way I constructed the formulas, I'm still getting the same sequence. Everything that was locked on my cells over here, my input cells, is still coming in. So it's a nice way to quickly duplicate the entire spreadsheet. Suppose payment number 7 is skipped. That's right here. Payment is going to be 0. Put a 0 in that cell. Edit the principal write down to be a negative. That happened automatically from the way that I wrote the formula. In cell C16, enter a formula to reference the value of the ending balance after payment 7. So that would be here. So after I skip payment 7, here's my ending balance. That is cell Q12. And you can also see the reference up here in the named range box. So have this equal cell Q12. In C17, enter a formula to reference the ending balance after the payment is skipped. So my ending balance on my 360th payment, that is in cell Q365. Equals Q365.